As most of you know, I am in the Air Force, the United States Air Force, and I've been in for, this will be my 10th year, 10 years in the military. Absolutely incredible. I was bright-eyed, bushy-tailed and stuff. I wanted to join. I was the ripe age of 17, and now I'm about to be 28. So I'm making this video because since joining the military, it's entirely changed my perspective on Germany. I remember what my initial thoughts and feelings on Germany was before joining the military, and then since joining, it's been my whole perspective has it changed entirely. So hopefully in this video you guys can see where I'm coming from, and I'll start from right before I joined the military. I was a teenager, young teenager. And all I'd heard about Germany, of course, was like the World War II stuff, like everybody knows. And, you know, the occasional, oh, okay, like there's beer over there and there's bread. And I'm like, oh, okay, I guess like that's a thing. But one thing that I remember telling you guys, and I'm not sure if you guys have watched that video before, but my family in particular, minus my immediate family, like they were pretty open-minded, but my extended family were pretty closed-minded as far as traveling goes and whatnot. So especially when it comes to countries like Europe, I don't know why, but one of the things they would tell me is like, if you go to Germany, well, my grandmother would tell me this. She would be like, yeah, if you go to Germany, they're gonna like harvest your kidneys and stuff like that. You're gonna wake up in a bathtub and like a bathtub full of ice and stuff like that. And like, you know, your kidneys are gonna be missing. They have a black market for organs and stuff. And you know, I wouldn't doubt that that's definitely going on in some parts of Europe, but that's also going on in some parts of America as well as other parts of the world. And so, of course, me being the young naive person I was like, man, like that's got to be the whole country, like that's crazy. So it kind of deterred me from wanting to even venture off into that area. And I'm like, you know what, not for me. But, you know, upon hearing about the military, right? A lot of people ask, yo, James, why did you join? Was it for school? Was it for whatever? I mean, I'm like, listen, I need a job, you know, I also want to go to school, but I also want to have like an experience where it constantly pushes me to do new things, whether I like it or not. And that's the military in a nutshell, right? They'll send you off to different countries, whether you like it or not. They will, you know, make sure that you're staying physically fit. I mean, I'm not sure you can see, but your boy got the little python going on. But they make sure you stay physically fit. You interact with so many people from different backgrounds and cultures. In fact, there's a lot of people in the military that I've met that are from countries like Germany, Australia, I guess France, UK, wherever, and they're all a part of the U.S. military and stuff like that. They got a citizenship in America. Their family, wound up living in America for a little bit. They themselves are like, you know what, it's time to join. So I've met a lot of really cool people, man, and that's what brings me to the perspective, right? So I would ask people like, where are the craziest places you've traveled? That would be my number one question when I was kind of scouting to see if I should join the military or not. I'm like, hey, like, where do they send you? Like, what are the best places you've ever been since joining the military? And it didn't matter if I went to the Marines, to the Army, Navy, Air Force, Coast Guard. They said the same thing. In their top 5 countries that they mentioned, number 1 was Germany, consistently. And I'm like, Germany? The World War II location? Like, what? And they're like, yeah, Germany. Through and through, everyone has said Germany. They've brought up Oktoberfest, of course. They brought up how beautiful the setting is, how nice the people are, the party culture over there, how fresh the air is. So many different experiences. People have had the wildest experiences in Germany. They've met the coolest people ever, and they really talked it up. And I was mind blown because prior to even doing this whole YouTube stuff, Germany was already on the list of places that I wanted to go because they collectively, between the Army, Navy, Marines, Air Force, everybody has said collectively Germany is the best spot, bro, hands down. It's to the point, and I'll get into this a little deeper, right? And I'll explain how certain things in the military work. A lot of you guys have noticed that I've made several videos on, yo, I'm going to go to Germany. I might be living in Germany, blah, 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 because I'm in the Air Force. I can get stationed in Germany, right? You guys know this. You guys have seen the military bases out there, whatever. Here's how that works, right? We have something in the military called a dream sheet, and it's like a destination of like places. It's a sheet. It's like an online application, pretty much, of places that you want to go to, and the military kind of takes it into consideration when they're looking for people to kind of place in different locations. They're like, we need this many people in Hawaii. Let's see who wants to go to Hawaii before we start tasking people. So they'll look at people's dream sheets and they're like, you know what? I'll send him. I'll send him. I'll send him. I'll send him. Boom. You know? So it doesn't always work like that, right? I told you this in the past. It does not always work like that. You're not guaranteed to get what you put on your dream sheet, but it at least lets the military know that's what you would ideally want to go. That's where you would want to go if, you know, the opportunity arose, right? So for me, I'm like, oh, let me put Germany on my dream sheet, you know, and I had it on there for a while. Here's the thing about Germany, guys. So with any base, there has to be availability, right? There has to be a certain amount of openings and whatnot. And if there are no openings, you won't get that base. So if I put down Germany, Italy, Japan, right? There's no openings in Germany because people want to stay in Germany, bro. When people get out there, man, I've heard this and people are telling me like, bro, Germany's an amazing place. So of course I put my name in the hat. I want to go to Germany, but so does, you know, like the other 400,000 people in the military. They want to, you know, go to Germany as well. And of course, that many people can't go to Germany at the same time. So what winds up happening is, you know, people start funneling in, they start trickling in as people leave Germany. So it's like a 1-for-1 swap. You know, you have a person that's been living in Germany in the military for like 3-4 years. When their contract's up over there, then they go back to either the United States or they get sent to a different base. And then that leaves an opening, which means you have the opportunity of going to Germany. So for me, I'm like, oh, I'll just wait for somebody to leave and then it'll be perfect. Now, I was a little like, you know, generic with my description of how that works. A little deeper into the availability, right, is your career field. So my career field that I'm in, it's very small, right? So each career field requires a certain amount of people to be at different bases. So for mine, it's not a lot of people. So Germany specifically gets filled up very quickly for my job. And I'll give you another example. There are people I know right now. There's quite a few people that got tasked with going to Germany, and I'm like, man, and that means the openings are closed. I can't be in Germany right now, like at least stationed there, unless there's a miracle where someone leaves and then a few years from now I get orders over there. That'd be super sick. But all to say, I knew Germany was very valuable when people were trying to pull all these different strings and they were trying to like jump through all these hoops just to get there. They're like, yo, the dream sheet, I mean, the amount of people that are in Germany right now, I mean, military wise, there's a lot of people, blah, blah, blah. So I'm going to do my best to get out there no matter what. So they would network with people. They would try to put in and volunteer for different things or whatever. And by the grace of however the heck they did it, some of the people that I knew were able to get an assignment to Germany. And I'm like, man, that's so lucky, bro. Because, and everybody says one of the coolest things about being in Germany is the ease of access. There are so many other countries that surround Germany. So you can travel from Germany to the neighboring countries in one fell swoop. And it's perfect. It's perfect. So it changed my perspective entirely, because I initially thought Germany was this dangerous place that wanted to harvest the organs of foreigners, you know, that came through and whatnot. And I'm like, man. And then of course I thought it was still like, you know, dangerous. I thought it'd be like the South in the United States where, you know, you got like, you know, people in white cloaks and stuff hiding in the middle of the boonies and, you know, snatching up, you know, folk with darker skin tone on a tree, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, maybe they got that going out there too, man, like shiz. And I also thought that, you know, that Germany wasn't that diverse at all. But after talking to so many people that I've gotten to know and, you know, became very close with over the years that have been stationed in Germany and whatnot, they've all told me the same thing. Germany's way more diverse than you'll ever imagine. Like, it's not like America as far as like that level of diversity, but it is way more diverse than people give it credit for, man. Like, especially over the last few years, like, and I was mind blown. I was like, oh my gosh, like that's I did not know that. So Germany is definitely definitely on the top of my list. It's actually a joke in my job right now that that's the number one place that I want. So if I get that, my life's complete, bro. I've accomplished my peak goal, bro. But that's pretty much the video, man. Like, that's pretty much how my perspective changed. I know that was kind of all over the place, but trying to give you some insight on how the military works a little bit, on how I get tasked with going to different places and whatnot, and how the places sometimes won't accept me or other people because of, you know, the amount of people that are already there. If there are 10 slots to go to Germany and all 10 slots are filled, you're not going to be able to go. So, you know, you'll have to wait until someone's contract expires and you can put your name in the hat. But mind you, there are still 10,000 other hungry people that want your spot. So they pick. And sometimes it's at random, so you might get lucky, you might not. I feel like at this point in the military, from what I've seen, getting stationed in Germany is winning the lottery. It's like winning the lottery. You're there and you're like, boom, you know what I mean? It's perfect. So hopefully I get put out or sent out there at some point in the next 10 years. That'd be cool. But if not, you know, I love the experience so far. So, you know, I'm chilling over here in Korea for now. But I'll see you guys later. Take care. And if you guys got any questions, let me know.